Well, good morning, afternoon, or evening. You may delete as appropriate. My name is Chad Landman. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Landman EDC. You know, it's easy to carry your stuff when it's the winter time, when you've got long pants on with lots of pockets, hoodies, jackets. It's easy to carry a firearm, all your EDC, knives, all sorts of different stuff. It's another thing when it comes to the summertime. And in this episode, we're going to talk about some pocket relievers, smaller bags that are really meant to relieve the weight of your pockets when you're dressing a lot lighter in the summer. Because I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but it's hot out there. So let's take a look. All right, so the first one is a long overdue review of JS designed tactical bags. This is a Ukrainian gentleman that sells these on Etsy. And I do want to say at the very beginning of this review for this entire video, all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds from this video will go to Ukraine war relief. And that's still a war that's going on. I'm not going to try to get political with you, but facts are facts. That war is still going on. In fact, I was just reminded of this the other day when I saw Jacob, who is the maker of these bags. I saw him tweet out something about a Russian attack on one of their cities. Apparently, he took a photo of a burning building. And so, wow, it's still happening. It's still going on, even though the news is not going to tell you anything about it, because that's the way they are. Ukraine is still very much in a fight. And so we want to make sure that we're remembering that, and all the proceeds of this video will go for this. This is from Jacob. He is a Ukrainian creator, JSD bags, as you can see right here. He puts these really cool, he's got some really neat designs, a lot like, they look like alpaca designs if you look at them, if you're not looking at them closely. But he's got some very interesting designs, and I do want to apologize to Jacob personally, and the rest of you, because you're not going to get to see that bag. But I had a fire in my garage. Long story short, something caught on fire, and 30 seconds later, I was able to put it out. No harm was done, except for things that were on my workbench. And I had one of the casualties was the bigger bag. I believe it was the Bombas pack that JS Designs sent me. So gratefully sent me. And right here, you can see I was messing with it on the workbench when the fire happened. And you can see the singed, like melted plasticky of the X-Pack here. So not saying that these can survive a fire. The Bombas pack certainly did not, because it was a total loss. But this one right here, the Octopus pack, got singed, but it still works very well. You can see there's a really cool handhold right here. The front middle part right here opens up, and you've got, I just put some gear in here. I got the SKL5 from Loop Gear as well. You can put all sorts of different stuff. You got a lanyard connector here with kind of a ribbed interior. I love the color of the fabric on the inside here. Very cool. So you've got a big area in the front that you can put stuff in. And then it opens up. This is the only bag that we have on display today that opens up. And oh, by the way, Molly connections on the back, those are provided. And he does provide a choice. There's lots of customization choices for the way that you can connect your shoulder strap. And so this is going to be one of those really cool ones. But I love the olive drab X-Pack here. I love even the zipper pull that's just minimalistic, but really nice. It's made out of the same stuff. This polymer stuff, I believe, is really tough. So these zipper pulls are not going to be going anywhere. But this opens clamshell. Now I've got just a few loose items in here that I just kind of threw in here to let you see kind of what it looks like. But you've got a lot going on in here. You've got another inner pocket, webbed pocket zipper with it you can put all sorts of different things into. And then you've got some webbing here to where you've got two small and then one large, two small, one large on one side. And I've got the Woobin PL1, as well as the Aurora knife and tool truffles. I've also got the black truffles, so very nice knife on that. But as you can see, this will fit a large knife. It'll fit several large knives. You can put any configuration, but that's not all. You've got a very large pocket right here for something like a notebook or a passport. This would be an excellent, excellent travel bag for you. Not only that, you have a padded bag, or excuse me, pocket back here. It's padded. This is incredibly appropriate. Again, talking about relieving your pockets, this is incredibly appropriate for putting your phone in. Now this is a regular iPhone 16 Pro, and so it fits pretty snug with a case on it. I would imagine that you could still fit, even if it didn't have an OtterBox or some super thick case on it, you could fit a Pro Max in here as well. So this is the regular size Pro, and it's a good indicator of what the size is, but it's very snug in there. It's not moving around, and I love the fact that these zipper pulls on here. Look at those custom zipper pulls that he's got on this thing as well. Very cool stuff. I love this pack. This is the Octopus pack, and again, those proceeds, every proceed, you're supporting a Ukrainian creator if you purchase one of these bags. He does have a little bit of lead time, and it will take a little bit of time to get these to you, but at the same time, AquaGuard zippers, great styling on these. You cannot go wrong. Molle webbing on the back. You've got these hooks right here that you can hook in your strap of choice, and there's a lot of different choices for that. I'll show those here in just a second, but very cool. I love the styling of this. Very tactical, but also very practical at the same time. The other bag that I wanted to mention from him is the Fly pack. It's a minimal pack, not nearly as involved as this one right here, but you can see on the interior right here, you've got, of course, it's got orange X-Pack on the outside. You've got these cool little zipper guards right here, along with the AquaGuard YKK zippers on it. You've got black interior, and you've got just an open pocket right there. Again, these are gonna be nice and waterproof. You're gonna be able to be in the rain with these if you're biking or if you're walking in the rain. Nothing inside of these is gonna get wet unless you're in the rain for hours and hours. So really cool on that. You've got some, let me see if I can pull it open here. You've got two pockets back here, webbed pockets, but also a larger pocket. And the answer is no, it cannot fit anything very large. However, this is also one of those pocket relievers. In fact, this is pretty awesome just for a cell phone. So that fits a phone in there very, very well. You're not going to fit an iPad mini or a Nintendo Switch or even something like that. You could fit something small, like a small game system, maybe a small mini disc player if you're retro like that, or maybe a small iPod if you're a little bit more up to date. So you could fit some of those things in there like that. But then you've got some webbing right here to where you could put different items on the sides, or in the front rather, and kind of stack those in. You can organize those, and those are not going to move around. I love the design of this, just being so simple, so flat. It'll be really nice up on your chest. And guess what? With this orange, nobody's going to be missing you in that. You could work on the side of the highway and people would see you. But there are other colors available. This was just the orange one as well. And really dig these JSD bags. Really thank you so much to Jacob for sending them. And again, support a Ukrainian creator. Support small makers in general, but you get to support a Ukrainian creator if you buy from him. Also, check out the Bombas pack. I can't review that one because it burned up, and I had it like 2 days when it burned up. So apologies, Jacob, for that, but at the same time, support JSD. He sells on Etsy. I believe he might sell on eBay as well, but check out his bags. Very economical. This one is $60. I believe this one's a little bit less. So very good prices on these, especially when you're considering they're handmade in Ukraine. Thank you so much to Jacob for sending these over. And again, all the proceeds will go to Ukrainian war relief. Two organizers that I failed to mention, they came to me right as Blade Show was starting, and that is the Maxpedition Platey organizers. And Maxpedition was so kind to get in touch. I have loved Maxpedition stuff. In fact, Maxpedition set me on the path of EDC way back in 2013, 2014, something around those lines. But they were gracious enough to send the 4x6 and the 5x7 versions of their Platey pocket organizers. I actually used this while I was at Blade Show, and it was really cool. I'll show you some footage of that. But you've got two little pockets back here. You've got color options for these. One big pocket inside of here that you can place stuff in. Little grab handle on the top. But then you've got a big pocket on the front, two small pockets, and then some webbing for some organizers. So you can organize this however, which way you want. And the cool thing is it comes kind of pre-set up with this paracord lanyard. And so you can wear it like around your neck. Or if you wanted to go full pocket reliever a lot of what we're doing with some of the other things today. You can put it up the entire different way. You can put it around you kind of crossbody and kind of have you a passport, almost like you can do it like a badge holder, but you can also do it like a little sling here. So I really like this a lot. I have not used the bigger version yet, but I imagine that it's a lot like the same, except you can fit more stuff in it, obviously. And so these are considered pocket organizers. I thought they fell into the category of being a pocket reliever, and that's why I'm featuring here on the show. These are around about $22 to $23 for both of them. So it doesn't matter what size you want to pick. There's some variations in price with colors and different things, but you're looking at a max of like 23 bucks each for some of these. And so these are really well put together and would be very functional if you wanted to take this paracord off. Be very functional as just a pocket organizer. So really like these, the Maxpedition Platy organizers from Maxpedition, and you should go check those out for sure. All right, so we were speaking about waterproof earlier, and this is something completely different. This is a very boxy, very kind of futuristic looking bag, sling bag from Notom. Now I want to call them Notom or Notom. Not really sure exactly on the pronunciation there, but you've got some interesting choices here. And I mean interesting, I do mean interesting. I do think that this bag is really cool. But this bag right here on the external, before we even open it up, you can see that it's kind of shaped in kind of a little box form. You got these rounded corners right here. AquaGuard zippers. It's this premium TPU coated waterproof exterior. So if you need something that's waterproof, if you have some sensitive tech, or you've got a really high dollar, maybe one of those new Samsung foldable phones that cost like $2,000, and you want to be able to ride around in the city or get this wet in a rainstorm, then this is the bag for you. This is just aptly called the Notom Sling Bag. And again, you've got that front pocket here. And of course, let me open this thing up before I show you the strap option here. But you open this thing up and look at that red interior. So you've got a passport pocket, a phone slot on the inside. Let me go ahead and show you. This is something good for your phone. You can put your phone in there. That's how your phone fits. And it's hard to kind of open this up because it stretches, but at the same time, you don't want to stretch it too much. That's about how far it stretches. But imagine that you've got this on your hip right here, and imagine you've got this kind of on your crossbody. All you need to be able to do is open it up like this. So you can put a knife right in here. This is perfect size for like a knife, and then we'll go ahead and put a flashlight, the new E3R Nova that I really, really like. Again, this is a tiny flashlight, but you could fit something much bigger in here. So I've got those two in there right there with my phone. You've got two bigger pockets down here as well. And then you've got a big center area where you could put something in there if you didn't mind getting it scratched or if it moves around. But you could put something else big in there, say like a Leatherman kit with a custom 3D printed and the ratchet bit driver on the side of it. You could put that in the center right there. Look at this. You've got a nice little tool belt. They included this really wicked, this rope, they call it their sling. And you've got a bunch of different configurations that you can do with this. This is the cool thing about these bags is like, you can really customize them how you want them. And so if you put these right here, they just got these really nice little clips that move around 360 degrees, just like that. And they've got these really interesting little rope guards right here with Notom. I don't know if I'm like crazy about the branding, but it's very small right there. But then you've got Notom, pretty huge. Again, it's black on black. It's going to be hard to see. But I'm not crazy about like in-your-face branding. I don't think that's necessarily in your face though. But you've got this really nice, look at this crazy cord right here. And you can wear this crossbody, and again, this would be appropriate for the ladies or for men as well. And you've got this bag right here, completely waterproof, very cool. You've got a little anchor point right here where you can put a carabiner right there and hang this from something, or you can leave it open like this to when you go to the restroom or use a public restroom, you just plop that bad boy right there because you do not want your bags sitting on the ground in a public restroom. So at the same time, this is a really interesting choice from Notom in a bag, and I really like this. I don't know if I will absolutely be able to use this, but I think it's really a really interesting idea, and you can fit quite a bit of gear inside of there as well. By the way, I'm going to be doing a 3D printing episode very soon. So if you're wondering what this is and wondering how this comes out and fits in there like that, this is just the tip of the iceberg, my friends. 3D printing episode coming very soon. So this is the sling from Notom, and really appreciate Notom sending that out. They also sent a knife out that I will be showing you very soon. It's got the most wicked Scandi grind on it that I've ever seen. It's really cool, really sharp, nice and small, so it would fit in here very well. Probably should have featured that along with the video, but it's not here right now, so we'll feature that in a knife video coming up. Sling bag from Notom, check it out. The links are in the description below. All right, so TomToc sent over their T37. Now you may recall that they have had their T33 sling bag, which is excellent, which is amazing, but this is a very, very small, and I have not even taken the strap, the thing off the strap to show, but this is a very cool little bag that's got some gray ripstop interior, very minimal branding here with the TomToc logo. I actually really dig that a lot. But you've got some security features on this as well. It's RFID shielded. TomToc really wants you to know that, and that's fine. I don't know if RFID is a huge deal nowadays with the fact that chip cards exist or magnetic cards are not a thing. But also, I love the way that these zippers just glide. These are the best zippers. And they've got a locking feature, so you can put a tiny lock on these zippers right here. If you've got something really sensitive in here that you don't want people to get at, you can do that. I've got a couple of different tags in here. I always like to put the tags on here, but it's the T37S TomToc crossbody bag. And they sent out some of this information with it. And this has a cool little pocket here in the back, and it's RFID blocking as you saw before. But you've got a cool pocket in the back. You've got an anchor point here. If you want to pull this anchor point around, you can actually do this right here. So this is nice seatbelt material, and you pull this around, and you've got these triangular anchor points, and you can make that as big or as small as you want. I like carrying my crossbody. If I'm going to carry a crossbody sling, it's going to be way up here, especially if I'm traveling, if I'm going somewhere on a plane. So that's really cool. Of course, you've got a big open pocket here with no organization other than a key leash, which is always in handy. If you want to relieve your pockets, having a key leash is very nice because I don't know about you, but keys really weigh my left pocket down quite a bit. Especially when I'm wearing light shorts as well. You've got a really cool front quick access pocket. This pocket is not very deep. It doesn't go but to like right there. And so you've got this quick access pocket. You can't fit a phone in there. You're not going to be fitting a phone in there, but this is something that's really good for your quick access items, maybe a wallet, or maybe something like a multi-tool or a pen or a pad of paper, a small notebook. You can fit that in there. And of course you get to the inside, it doesn't quite clamshell open. It's got these ribs right here, but you've got a lot of cool internal organization here as well. You've got some webbed pockets right here. You've got a very small webbed pocket, but then you've got a large one that just is not zippered, is right here on the inside. And then on the other side, you've got one big, very large webbed pocket, and then one large, not padded, but it's kind of got padded at the top, one very large pocket right there. And so again, to give you a comparison, these are really bags that are designed to like carry your phone and a couple tools, maybe your wallet. You can put that in there. So I would put my wallet in like this. Maybe you got your iPod that you don't want jangling around. You put your headphones in there right beside it. And then for this small pad, you got two of these small things. What could I fit in this small one? Well, let's put this Leatherman small tool right in here. And it's just, that's how you can pack it out. Now these become very heavy, but again, not in your pockets. You are relieving your pockets with these. This is 400D recycled polymer plastic. Now it's not going to be waterproof. This is the only one in the bunch that's not going to be anywhere near waterproof. You don't have AquaGuard. However, splashes, a little bit of rain is not going to hurt this. Now it will soak it, but it's not going to hurt this. It's going to beat off of it eventually, but it will get soaked. So this is not an all-weather bag, but I really like this bag, and it would actually be really good as an inside your backpack pouch, believe it or not, because you've got a significant amount of organization in here, plus some quick access pockets here, which is what I need. I've got some items that I use 3, 4, 5 times a day, and so that actually can come together pretty nicely. All right, which bag did you like the most? Give me a shout in the comments. I want to hear from you. I love hearing from you. In fact, if you have any questions about the gear, I would love to hear those. If you have any questions about another video that I've done, maybe I would like to hear that too. But you know what I really want to hear? I really want to hear if you've got questions about religious matters. If you've got questions about Jesus, about God, about Christianity, about any of those types of things, I would love to talk to you. I don't have all the answers, but I know who does. So get in touch with me. Email me at my channel link below. And again, thank you so much for considering and looking at these bags. Thank you for watching today. God bless you, and you have a great rest of your week.